Hi there, it's Patrick Young again from Diversified. I haven't done this for a while. I've been off the video creative track for a few months, but I thought it was time to get back on the horse. So here I am. So the reason for today's post is to do with Logitech. So on Tuesday this week, I was very lucky to be invited to London for a Logitech channel event, and it was really great to meet up again with some of the Logitech people, senior people from EMEA and the UK business, as well as some channel colleagues, and it was great to catch up, a bit of a reunion sort of thing, and to listen to their announcements. So they were announcing 3 new products. So I'm a product guy, so that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. But they talked about a lot of other things as well, more specifically towards the channel, which is interesting if you're a channel partner, less so if you're not. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm going to talk about products. So I should start by saying you are looking at me through a Logitech Brio, classic Brio camera, which has been out a while, but is still right up there, if not at the top of its class in terms of desktop cameras. And you're listening to me through a Logitech dock, a Logi dock, which is a microphone and speaker system, as well as being a cable management system for the desktop. And I have various other Logitech bits and pieces around me, which is great. So, what do they say on YouTube? Not a sponsor, but anyway, I'm a big fan. So thanks for Logitech for that. So I'll move on to the products. I'm going to share my screen. I don't know how well this is going to work, but let's have a look firstly at the webcam that they're talking about. So let's have a look at that. So this is the MX Brio, I think it's called. There we go, MX, oh no, that's not right. Yeah, MX Brio, there you go. So this is kind of a top-end camera, even higher spec than the one that I'm using here today. Kind of, I guess, for your top execs or for those people who are on a lot of video calls where that human connection and the quality of the video is really, really important. So really nice product. I'm a rooms guy, right? So I'm more interested in meeting room kits. I'm going to move on from that quite quickly. The second product they talked about was the Logitech Sight. So it's affectionately known in the trade as the Pringles tube, but we have one of these actually in our Egham Solutions Centre, which is very close to opening, and I'll be looking forward to playing with this in a real meeting environment. But the idea of this product is it sits in the middle of the table and captures the faces of the people around the table. So I'll show you what that could mean. Scroll down here. So here's the front of room view. So if you've got a rally bar or a rally bar mini, you're going to have a view from the front of the room, something like this. Now, the center of room view, this is what the Logitech Sight offers today. So you can switch to the center of table camera, and you can see, rather than looking at the front, at the side of people's faces, as you would from or even sometimes the back of people's heads, depending where they're looking in the room, from the front of room camera, you can get a more intimate view of their face. And I think what they were talking about is the fact that their new software is about to come out of beta, which will allow the camera AI to decide what is the best view, to switch automatically between the front of room and the center of table cameras, depending what's happening in the room. So that's very new information, and I'm looking forward to testing that software very soon. And the third product that they talked about is the Meetup 2. Now, before I get into depth on this, I just want to put some context around it. The Meetup 1, they told us on Tuesday, they've sold more than 1 million units. It's the world's best-selling conference camera by probably a long way. Microsoft estimate through some research that was done that there's 90 million meeting rooms in the world. Well, 1 million of them have a Meetup 1 in them. So it's pretty impressive, those numbers. So the Meetup 1 is not yet discontinued. They told us that it's going to be hyper aggressively priced while they can sustain it to maintain their market share. But ultimately, the way the world works these days, the cost of those components isn't going down, so it's not likely to be sustainable. But the replacement is this product, which is the Meetup 2. So the Meetup 2 is a much more advanced unit, which you'd expect, because the Meetup 1 has been out probably 6 or 7, maybe even longer. And this is, of course, a much more updated USB video bar. So it's got improved everything. Improved audio, it's got built-in AI, it can be remotely controlled because it's got network connectivity. So it's a totally different type of product, but it fits in the same use case. So small meeting room, either for USB connection for bring your own device or BYOD, or to be connected to a PC for a room system. And Logitech are one of the few brands that will cover all of the main platforms. So that could be a Microsoft Teams room, a Zoom room, or even a Google room. So that's really exciting. They also mentioned, of course, that as well as selling more than 1 million Meetup Ones, they sold 500,000 Rally Bar and Rally Bar Mini. So I haven't got anything to share with you on those. But a Rally Bar and a Rally Bar Mini really are designed for medium and large rooms. And again, they're a similar concept. They're a video bar with audio, microphones, and speakers, and video, of course, built in. And they're appliances in their own right. So you can manage them as native Teams rooms and native Zoom rooms, etc. And of course, the site will pair with those. So if you wanted to put that center of table solution in there, there's 500,000 rooms out there that have already got a Rally Bar or a Rally Bar Mini. So if you're one of those customers that have already bought into that, then you might consider retrofitting the site into those rooms. So some really impressive numbers from Logitech. But they asked us to post, which is why I'm posting. But they asked us to talk about what stood out for us the most. And for me, apart from my friend Chijoki, who's one of their senior technical guys, he had some really funny jokes, which probably won't translate onto this video. The thing that really stood out was the green credentials. So they've talked about that for a while now, but they seem to be really following through. So, for example, the Meetup 2 bar contains 62% post-consumer recycled materials, and they also talked about going back across their existing products. So unlike many manufacturers where they'll finish a product and that product will never change for the life of that product, they're going back on those products and seeing how can they change the materials used in those products to improve the green credentials of those products. And on top of that, they are setting a standard that their let's say their peers or their competitors can follow. So rather than just coming out with something proprietary to try and present themselves as better than everybody else, which they probably are at the moment, they're helping to set a standard that other people can follow, so that we as consumers, whether we're business consumers or independent individual consumers, we can make fact-based good decisions on what we buy based on our environmental ideals. So, that was really good news, and I want to say thanks to Logitech. And if you stuck with me this long, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.